Hi folks, it's Johnny Wilson here, and we've got a WebinarIgnition demo short review, and at the end we'll be telling you how you can get hold of some great bonuses to go with your WebinarIgnition purchase. So here's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at first of all, why WebinarIgnition, why do you need it in your life? Then we're going to have a live demo of the software, and then we're going to look at the bonuses. Okay, so why WebinarIgnition? Well, it absolutely crushes GoToWebinar, both in the money-wise and also technology-wise. You could spend almost as much in a month on GoToWebinar, if not more, than what it would cost you to buy WebinarIgnition. Now, WebinarIgnition one-off payment, whereas GoToWebinar monthly subscription. And there's in terms of the technology, I have used GoToWebinar, and to be honest, the one live webinar that I used it for, it crashed. It crashed just before the pitch. It was unbelievable, and I was left high and dry. I've never had that problem using Mark Thompson's products. So in terms of integration with autoresponder, now this is quite a big one. With a GoToWebinar, you can't, when people sign up, you can't add them to your autoresponder, your email provider like Aweber or whatever. You can't add them at the same time as they sign up. Whereas with WebinarIgnition, you can, and that's a big time saver. Very, very convenient. Also, you've got a very much higher webinar sign-up conversion rate simply because of the way the sign-up form looks. Just take a look at the GoToWebinar sign-up page, and now look at a sign-up page that I created in WebinarIgnition's predecessor, Webinar Express. WebinarIgnition is going to be very similar to this, and you can see, which would you like to sign up for. I mean, look at the ridiculous number of fields you've got there. That you obviously don't have to have all those fields, but seriously, it's not pretty. Okay, so time for the demo. So I'll just move over onto the browser. Okay, so what we're looking at here is Webinar Express. Now, because at the time of filming, I'm doing this before WebinarIgnition is actually launched, so nobody has access to that apart from the guys that made it. So we're going to be looking at Webinar Express. Now, Webinar Express is the predecessor to WebinarIgnition. What they've done is they've improved it, added lots of bells and whistles, and they've rebranded it. So the main difference, as far as I know, is essentially the rebranding, but also the addition of the ability to do automated replays of your webinars, which is really cool. That's going to be a great addition. But Webinar Express, apart from the rebranding, you probably expect the interface to be fairly similar, but only time will tell. So what we're going to do is we'll go through creating a live webinar, and you'll see how fast and easy that is. So this is the welcome screen inside, and of course it's a WordPress plugin, so it doesn't interfere with any themes that other themes that you're using. So it just installs like any other plugin, and you've got your list of past webinars here. And to create a live webinar, we just click on here, and we just have to input a few details. Now you can clone an existing one, and that's what I would normally do, but just to show you how easy it is to create a brand new webinar, we'll do that here. So webinar name, the title, your name, or whoever's hosting it. Then we need to put in the start date. So let's make it for the 2nd, and the time. Always good to have them about 8 o'clock in the evening after people have got the kids off to bed and so on. So 8 o'clock, and then check your time zone. I'm in the UK, so where are we? GMT. Create new webinar. Okay, so this brings you into the sort of dashboard for your webinar. Now you can see you've got the various stats here. These are the number of people that have visited your landing page, your thank you page, your live webinar, and the replay. I dare say that they'll update this with WebinarIgnition, but that's what you can see in Webinar Express. So before we are ready to preview some of the pages, we'll just go into the live webinar and set a couple of settings in here. We need to, here we go, banner. So we just need to set the banner for the top of the screen. My logo is black, so we'll set the background as black. Pop in the image, that's your logo or your banner. And we'll just set that. I've uploaded one already, so we should have something here in the library. My WordPress installation is very slow, but I'm sure yours will be faster. So just insert that into your post and click Save. Now you would also, in order to make it fully functional, you'd need to integrate your autoresponder, and that's the great thing about this. As I said before, you're able to, it adds the details that you're capturing of each lead into your autoresponder. So Aweber, get response, whatever it is that you use, it will integrate with that. All the main ones anyway. And it's very easy integration as well. You just get the code for your sign up form and paste it into one of the sections. I won't go through that just now, but just to see what the forms look like. So if we now preview, we'll go to we'll check the countdown first of all. Now this is what people will see when they try to go to your webinar before it's actually gone live. You'll see this rather smart countdown here, telling them how long it is until the live webinar, and if they haven't signed up yet, then they can register just by clicking the button there. And the other thing about the sign up page is you can either have a video or an image on your sign up page. So you can obviously have a video telling people what the webinar is about, encouraging them to sign up. I've not actually used this yet. I've had pretty good results just using the image, but we'll show you how we can do that. I've just got a random video off of YouTube. It's just the YouTube embed code. Pop that in there and update that. Okay, so we'll just preview our new landing page now. And there we go. We've got the nice header at the top. We've got the titles that we set there, and we've got our video embedded in there as well. Now most of the stuff that you see here is configurable. You can change this title here. You can change what we have in here. We can change this text and the text on the button even if you want to. You can also change the background of the page and make it a bit more colourful. Obviously make your own colourful header and so on. But that's the landing page. When you sign up, you also get a thank you page. So we'll have a look at the thank you page as well, which is along the same lines design wise, and it also has a couple of cool features. So again, you can embed a video or an image there. You've got the webinar details there, and they can even add it to their Google Calendar or their iCal automatically just by clicking these buttons at the bottom. And this is a pretty cool thing. It's a kind of viral sharing feature. I've not configured it here, but it would come up, if we'd done this, we would come up with a step number 2 and ask them to like. You can like it on Facebook, like as in this page, or I think it's any page you like actually, but it makes sense to like this page, or the sign up page rather. And if they like you on Facebook just by clicking the button, or tweeting, or following on Google+, then it will reveal a free download. So if you've got a PDF or a mind map for the webinar or something like that, then they'll get access to that in exchange for liking it on Facebook, so that can spread your webinar virally as well, which is pretty cool. So moving back to the other settings here, the live webinar, we'll just preview what that will look like as well. So here we go. Let's switch that back. So from the top, we've got the another cool feature of the live webinar here is that you can actually, when you're doing the webinar, you'll say to them, like, really cool if you could share this webinar with your friends via the like button or the tweet button at the top there. Then the video will obviously be embedded in here. And the great thing about Webinar Express or WebinarIgnition when it comes out will be that it runs on Google Hangouts. I think it'll also run on pretty much any other video broadcast platform. I forget the name of the other big one, but certainly Google Hangouts is the one that I've used, and it works really, really well. You just start the Hangout, and then you paste the embed code into the dashboard in WordPress, and that's really it. And when the webinar goes live, it appears on the screen there. And then there's a built-in question and answer sort of setup, and your viewers can, your webinar attendees can type in their question there, and then you'll be able to see these questions pop up on the little dashboard here, and then answer them live on air, which is pretty cool. And you can also have a free gift for your webinar attendees on there as well. I'd probably keep it to something that they have to hang on to the end of the webinar to get a free gift, but it's up to you. You can have a download there as well. So that's the live webinar. There's a bunch of other settings in here, but I won't go into too much detail. That's pretty much it. But yeah, you can see that the pages that are generated are really nice design-wise, and you'll be able to add your own branding and touches to those. So yeah, I mean, all in all, it's a great system, and that's obviously Webinar Express that I've used several times, and it's awesome. It's really fast in order to get your webinars up, and you get really good conversion rates for people signing up. And I'm totally certain that Webinar Ignition is going to improve on this massively as well, and there'll be a whole lot of extra features in there too. So it really is an awesome bit of software. I really do recommend it. So going back to the bonuses. So for the bonuses, the first bonus here we're going to get is my exact webinar promotion strategy that results in a 50% plus attendance rate for your webinar. So I'll walk you through exactly what I do to promote my webinars and make sure that we get really good attendance rates for them. So that's bonus number one. Bonus number two, I will make sure you can get access to a webinar by a mystery webinar expert on 7 secrets to making big money with webinars. Some really great tips in that as well that you definitely need to watch to make your webinars as effective as possible. So in order to get these bonuses, then you need to buy Webinar Ignition through this link. So either click the link below this video or visit imspeed.com/ignition. And in order to get your bonuses, then just email your purchase receipt to johnny@imspeed.com. So thank you so much for listening to this review, and there's your link again, imspeed.com/ignition. Thanks a lot.